Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Contour Community Meeting. Today is September 22nd, 2020, and I'm going to kick off with a few status updates here. First up, we have Steve Chris.
Yeah, so the past couple of days I've been working on updating Contour's example YAML to use V1 custom resource definitions. So some of you may know, but custom resource definitions went GA in Kubernetes 1.16, which got released over a year ago. We've been carrying the V1 beta 1 CRD definitions in our YAML for backwards compatibility purposes. But at this point, we're comfortable that they've been GA long enough that we can finally move to V1 definitions, and that has a bunch of benefits related to things like kubectl explain and validation and defaulting, etc. You can see all these issues that that this PR closes. So this has been merged now. So with the next release, the example YAML will have V1 CRD definitions. And so, yeah, and then just to be super clear on that, that means that the minimum supported Kubernetes version will be 1.16. Certainly if you're running something earlier than 1.16 still, you can go manually kind of mess with the CRD YAML and or pull old versions of the CRD YAML. So it's not completely incompatible, but it will take work on your part to kind of undo these upgrades. But we don't think it'll be a problem for most folks. And then beyond that, beyond the CRD stuff, I've just been doing review on the PR to add CORS support to HTTPProxy. So this has been a community-driven feature, both the design and the implementation. So I've just been providing review feedback, and I think it's getting pretty close. So fingers crossed that this will get into the 1.9 release.
Awesome. Do we have a date for the 1.9 release? Or week-ish?
I don't think we have a specific date, but I would think probably end of next week. I mean, right around end of the month.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I've got a lot of work with like the V2, V3 XDS stuff coming in. So and it'll be stable once it's in there with V2 at least, but we'll have to see what time we get that. Yeah. When was the last one? Has it been that long already?
I think the last one was August 28th, August 30th, something like that.
Okay, so we are due. Yeah.
Sounds good. Do we have a blog post scheduled for the new features there, or do you want me to add a tracking issue for it?
We should add an issue. I haven't heard any talk of a blog post yet.
Right, I'll add an issue for it.
Cool.
I know there's an envoy security release coming out too.
The monthly CVE?
There's something, yeah, I saw on the public channel, there was some.
It's a joke.
Yeah, there was a new one coming out, I think, end of the month. So we'll have to see if we do a 1.8.2 with that and then a 1.9.0 with the new code,
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Right. Any questions for Steve here on the stuff he's been working on? All right. Tero, you've been working on some stuff as well.
Yeah. So I've been working with the implementation for client authentication for backend TLS. So this is for configuring envoy with client certificate, which it will then authenticate itself with the certificate to the upstream cluster when the upstream cluster is using TLS. And there is like two parts. The configuration part, it follows the same principle as the fallback certificate. So there is a new parameter in configuration file. This is under the TLS section, like the fallback certificate. This is now called envoy-client-certificate, and it refers to a secret with certificate optional chain for the certificate, and of course private key. and this is of course optional configuration, so it doesn't need to be there. It needs to be there only when the client authentication is needed. And then the second part is actually using the configuration and configuring envoy to use the client certificate when it connects to the appropriate upstream cluster where TL is enabled. And yeah, this uses SDS to pick up the updates to secrets. So Contour will then push the updates, so certificates can be rotated also. And yeah, previously there was a design document which was merged last month, and I included a manual let's say manual target test procedure, which is linked in the issue below. But I've been also looking at the integration test suite and how to hook it into that, but that is not yet ready. So I think it's doable to automate this manual procedure, at least partly. There is one problem that I see, that the service that is used for the testing as a test service as a backend, the current service, it's something like Kubernetes Echo service that doesn't support TLS. I see that James has made an issue for Kubernetes to include TLS support. Alternatively, I can just use HTTP bin as a test service, though I have then a little bit problems because I would need it to bind to both HTTP and HTTPS ports, and it seems that maybe there is a quite old version of Unicorn, which is the web server in HTTP bin, that doesn't support it. So I will try to look if I can fix this automated integration test somehow. But yeah, it isn't absolutely necessary for it can be tested manually too. But of course, it would be nice to have this run on all commits in the future automatically. That's basically it. Yeah, the procedure is a little bit complicated. There are several steps like testing with wrong certificate to see that it fails and so on. So it has like positive and negative test cases included.
This is fantastic. Thank you, Tero. Yeah, this test stuff here itself is fantastic. So yeah, this is awesome.
Great, good.
Yeah, fantastic write-ups here and everything. This is great.
So now just reviews, reviews for the year.
Yeah, this is awesome. Any questions, comments for Tero? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, Daniel.
Yeah, just wanted to call out the Contour operator repo, which is housing an experimental project for an operator to manage Contour. And so I just wanted to call that out, that it's probably a half dozen PRs, maybe a few less, 4 PRs that I think are in a good state that can use some reviews. And Steve, I appreciate your eyes on some of these things, and whenever you get a chance, if you can circle back around to some of them, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll try and get to that this afternoon at least. So then you have a few hours to look at the responses. So yeah, we'll get to that. Sorry about the delay on this.
Yeah, no worries. And it's not a big rush. Just if you could kind of put it on your to-do list and take a look at it when you get a chance.
No, for sure.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for that. You also have a discussion topic.
Yeah, and it looks like, I think maybe it was Steve Chris that provided a link to the deprecation policy. So appreciate that, Steve. Take a quick look at it, and that's exactly what I was looking for. So thank you.
Yeah, Nick just wrote this up maybe a week ago, so you didn't miss it. It just got published.
That's what it was. I'm like, I could swear I looked through this repo. It was a question that came to me several weeks ago, and I couldn't find it, but I still responded essentially in the same way that this was written up. So I'm happy it's documented, and I'm happy that I went out on the limb and provided an answer that is consistent with what the official answer is now.
All right, that was easy. Does anyone else have any discussion topics that they want to bring up for today? All right, I got a small one. So we have been moving over. So this community meeting is now running on the under the CNCF Contour Zoom account. I'll be moving over the office hours as well, so that'll be running in the same account. And I'll make sure that the maintainers have access to the account and everything. We also now have a specific Contour YouTube channel where I'll be uploading the videos going forward. And I'll see if I can move things over from the older VMware account that we used to post these videos on. But going forward, starting this week, essentially, we'll post everything to the CNCF Contour YouTube channel, and I'll make a small adjustment and update to the website that will link to the new playlists and the new accounts and everything, so we all have easy access to it if you ever need it. So that's part of my stuff this week.
Is it a separate YouTube channel, not the generic CNCF one?
Yeah, exactly. It's a separate Contour one where we have complete control over it, which means that it's easy for us to upload how-to videos or meetings and stuff like that we record. So we have full control over it.
Great.
All right. I think that's it for today. Does anyone else have anything they want to add? All right. Quick one today, or this week. So thank you all for joining, and have a fantastic rest of the week. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.